Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Durga Prasad Vidya Vision. If you are new to my channel, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Now we are going to study the first unit, that is personality development. Under personality development, reading A, which is titled as Attitude is Altitude. As I said in my last video lesson, in this particular lesson we are going to study about a physically challenged person named as Nick Vujicic. This is reading A, which is named as Attitude is Altitude. Let me say about the meaning of attitude and altitude first. Attitude means a settled way of thinking or feeling about something. If your attitude is high, you will reach to the higher altitude. You might have come across this word in geography and science. Altitude means it is the height from the sea level, but in this case, this means a high rank or high position in the society, great height in the life. In this context, high position and high rank in the society. Okay, let me read the first paragraph first. After that, I'll explain it. Imagine having no arms to stretch in the morning to help you scratch that itch, to allow you to wrap your arms around your loved ones. Imagine having no legs to kick pebbles down the street, to walk or run, to bicycle or skateboard or get you from point A to B. Then imagine both at once, which is what Nick Vujicic has faced his whole life. Have you heard something like this before? Means here the writer wants to say that imagine having no arms to stretch in the morning. When we get up in the morning, we are in the habit of stretching our arms, and we use our arms and fingernails to scratch whenever we itch any part of our body. And sometimes we wrap our arms around our loved ones, that means the persons to whom we love. Wrapping means hugging, embracing. Imagine having no legs. We use our limbs, two upper limbs and two lower limbs we have, and the upper limbs means arms and the lower limbs means legs, and we use for several activities. We use these limbs for several activities. Actually, we use our upper arms to do several kinds of things, and here some examples have been given. Imagine having no legs to kick the pebbles down the street. Sometimes when we are going along the road, we are in the habit of kicking the pebbles. Pebbles means round small stones, and we use our legs to walk, we use our legs to run, and we use our legs ride ride a bicycle, and roll along a skateboard, or if we want to go from point A to point B, that means from one place to another place. Then imagine both at once. That means if we don't have the arms and legs, we can't do all such type of things. And here the writer wants to say that Nick Vujicic is a person who was born without having arms and legs, and he faced a lot of problems because he has no arms and legs. And you just imagine, suppose you were born without arms and legs, means how many types of problems you have to face in your life. Then second paragraph, Nick Vujicic was born with no arms or legs, but he doesn't let the details stop him. The brave 26-year-old, who is mainly torso, play football and golf, swims, surfs despite having no limbs. Here, uh, the writer says that Nick Vujicic was born without arms and legs, but he never stopped there, and he took his life as a challenge, and without having legs and arms, and that never dominated him. He did his best to come out. The brave 26-year-old, who is mainly a torso. Torso means the main part of the body without having head and legs and arms. But here in this case, in the case of Nick Vujicic, he is a torso without limbs but having a head. And in spite of having uh, in spite of there is no arms and legs for Nick Vujicic. He can play golf, he can swim, and he can surf. Surfing means it's a kind of water sports where the player slides along the waves. Okay, the next paragraph. Nick has a small foot on his left hip, which helps him balance and enables him to kick. He uses his one foot to type, write with a pen, and picking things up between his toes. Luckily, uh, as I said that Nick Vujicic, he doesn't have any legs and arms, but luckily he has a small foot towards the left hip, and which he uses for balancing his body and to kick things and to pick up the things from the ground between his toes. And I call it my chicken drumstick, joked Nick, and always showing to his small leg, which is there towards the left hip. He was making the joke on it and calling it chicken drumstick. Chicken drumstick means the lower part of the chicken and any other bird which we can cook and use as food. But in this case, chicken drumstick means the leg which he has towards the left hip. Okay. Uh, Nick was born in Melbourne, Australia, but now he lives in Los Angeles, USA. I would be lost without it. Nick is saying that if the small foot was not there, then it will be very difficult for me to survive and to live. Okay, I hope you might have understood what I said in these three paragraphs. Let's discuss some questions and answers basing upon these passages which we studied here. Question 1. Why did the writer ask us to imagine not having arms and legs? Answer. It is very difficult to lead our lives without arms and legs. Here, the writer wants us to realize the problems of Nick. Question number 2. Generally, which organ helps you to scratch whenever you feeling the itch? And most probably we use our fingernails for itching, for scratching wherever there is a itch on our body. Question number 3. What do you mean by a torso? A torso means the trunk of the human body without arms, legs, and head. But here in this case, Nick is a torso with a head but without limbs. Question 4. What does not let Nick to stop his activities? Nick's physical disability. Even if he was physically challenged and he was born without arms and legs, but that physical disability does not let him stop, and he proceed and proceeded, and he got the success in his life in spite of having limbs. Question number 5. What is the strange thing about Nick? The strange thing about Nick is he plays football and golf, swims and surfs despite having legs. Even if he doesn't have arms and legs, but he can play football and he can play golf and he can swim and he can surf. Surfing means I said that sliding along the waves with the surfboard. Question number 6. Which organ does Nick use to do many things? As I said that a small foot on his left hip, and he jocularly he calls that small foot as a chicken drumstick. Question number 7. How does he use his small foot? He uses his small foot to type, write with a pen, and pick things up between his toes. Question number 8. What is his chicken drumstick according to Nick? Answer is the small foot on his left hip. Question number 9. I would be lost without it. What does it refer to here? Here it refers to a small foot on Nick's left hip. Question number 10. In what other way Nick's small foot helps him? Answer: it helps him to balance and enables, that means makes him to kick. Question number 12. Where Nick was born? Where does he live now? Nick was born in Melbourne, Australia. Now he lives in Los Angeles, USA. So that's all for today. And in this, okay, some other questions are there. Some opposite words here. Help, its opposite: hurt. Stretch, stiff. Allow, disallow. Wrap, unwrap. Love, had. Brave, coward or timid. Balance, imbalance. Enable, disable. Whole, partial, that means partly. You can see some pictures connecting to Nick's life here. Okay, with this we conclude this video lesson here. Please subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.